Hey guys, it's me, my mind comes to Karma World. How are y'all doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. Well, you guys can just call me Sin at this point. But today, guys, I want to do a quick, short video, or maybe middle, long video. I'm not even sure myself. How to shade. And when it comes to drawing and doing art in general, shading is a lot. And I'm just going to show you guys how to shade with basically just using pencil traditionally, and maybe in the future I do how to shade with colors. And you guys never really see me how I use color shading before. I usually use digital, but I'm exploring more how to shade in different colorization stuff. But anyways, guys, what you guys only need is just a piece of paper, pencil, sharpener with a paper plate to put your pencil shavings in, and a glass of water. And the reason why a glass of water is very, very important, because one, you need to rehydrate, and two, you need to rehydrate yourself, because your lips kind of looking kind of dry, my friend. So I get those lips moist, and we get started right away, shall we? All right, guys, I'm going to show you a few exercises and techniques how to shade. When it comes to shading, right, you don't really need a pointy pencil, because it makes it kind of hard to shade, and it gets a little bit messy at that time. Depending how you're shading it, it's not gonna go the way you want. At least with these specific techniques. If you use more of a blunt pencil, then it will work very well to your favor. However, if you're doing like more sharp cut of shading or drawing, then you might need a sharp pencil for it. But I'll let you know which and which isn't. So I have a couple exercises and a few tips and a few advice and a few methods in shading. So let's get to the first method. The first exercise. First exercise is this rectangle method, or the meter method. And this is basically where you learn how to shade during high school. When I learned how to shade during high school is by doing this rectangle method. And you can start from darkest to lightest, or you can start lightest to darkest. But if you do lightest to darkest and you're able to do successfully, why are you even watching this video? I think you're a master at it already, because most people will start from darkest then to lightest. Okay, so I'm not going to fill in the whole meter like this, but what the goal is to have the darkest shade, and when you reach the middle here, it's supposed to get lighter and hit like a medium, right? And then you get over to this side here, it's supposed to be so light, it gets to the part where you don't need to shade this section right here, where it's just plain white, it's just plain white. So I'm going to show you guys just a few methods. I'm going to show you the first method. The first method is just the one, it's right here, but it's more to show you. It's like a little circling around like this, like this, and you're pressing hard. When the trick to this, when it comes to shading, is adjusting their hand strength to how much pressure you're applying to your pencil to achieve the darkest to lightest shading as possible. So you see what I'm doing here. I'm just circling around here and there, right, with my pencil with the shading, and you see how dark it's getting right here, and you see how it might take a bit, but I'm not scratching everything. It's happening all smoothly. Everything looks so smoothly when you do this. See, very smoothly, very smoothly. So the next method is going to involve sharpening your pencil. With this method, when you sharpen your pencil, it's more of a claw kind of technique, and you've probably seen it a few times, especially either with manga or with certain comics or with certain art genres, or other art videos. They have like this kind of shading. So you start doing these scratching motions right here, right? And I actually sharpen my pencil right here. Yes, yeah, there you go. Sharpen. You do this. And there's a lot of yes and no's. Some people actually use this as their main way of shading. The best way to use this kind of shading, if I'm doing this scratchy kind of technique like this, hold up, is basically with when you're inking, right? Depending what the goal of your art project is, it's more of how do I say, a way to adjust certain lights, but it's more of a, you have like two types. You're just playing dark, you're just playing like with either a specific ground color, like base color, such as you're using black and then white as the background and the black as the front layer, or using medium black to light, which is white in general. But you can't use mixing these shadings all over the place unless you can, but it makes it kind of messy at times. You know, you gotta know what you're doing. So the way how you do this is when you have these together, right, very close to each other like this, you see how dark they are and how the colors basically are like, you see how dark it is like this. So when you do it light, when you want to make it look lighter, right, you have the more separate the gap, right? You have the gap separate a little more. And that's how it basically works when you use this method, the cross or scratch method, right? And that's how you adjust the lighting of it, right? And that's what makes this kind of difficult with ink a little bit. See what's the difference? You see darker, there's like more strains here, and there's less strains making it look lighter. Now it's on to the third method. The third method is more very beginner type move, you know, and it's just doing the scratching like this scratching like this, you know, just this, you know, and it's okay for some cases. You can go lighter, all right. But as you can see here, there's a lot of gaps in between. You see the scratch marks, you see the layers individually. It's very hard, it's very beginner-like, but it's not no way of wrong. If you can figure out how to use this for your advantage, it's not a bad tool to use for yourself when it comes to shading. But you see why it's more preferable to use the first method I show you guys than the second one. And this one has less control where you have this more control, but the difference is when you're using the first method, you are absorbing much less space, much less space. You're not absorbing all of it because it takes more time to shade everything in. Where when you do this, it's more easier to do, and it has it makes it very easier to capture all the room, like get more room out of it, to fill in the room. However, it makes it look very messy where this looks more controlled. So it's more like being more patient with it. You can use taking time for both sides. With this here, this method is more in between the middle. Besides, it has a lot of gaps and stuff, and this takes more practice to use. For the second method, it takes way more practice, at least my opinion, trying to have more of a balance in between. Especially when you're inking, it makes it very harder to get exactly how you do it. Unless you eat first, you know, that makes it much easier, but still very hard. It's very permanent, but it's complicated down the road. But this exercise helps you very much. It helps you a lot. Only thing, I don't do all three at once like I did right here. Do one method at a time. Just make three boxes and take your time doing the shading practice. Okay, so on to the next practice. Next practice is the ball technique, or exercise, actually, sorry, the ball exercise. And it's actually pretty hard than you expect, because you have to work with shading and make it work around, such as it matches the smoothness of the ball. It's like rounded, like it's actually round, and it makes it very difficult, and especially you start from darkest and then medium to lightest. And it really tests you, and it's very hard to do. I only do this a few times, but this is hard in its own right. It's not going to be easy to do it the first time, but you know what? It's all about practice. Just have fun with it. And now we're going to get to the device and you know, pointers part of the video. With this, right? we have the little JoJo's reference right here. When it comes to shading, there's lighting. And when it's lighting, it affects with the dark size and the light size of the object or person you're drawing. So as you see here, you have to know where's the light coming from. As you see here, I have the light right here, which is just like this light source, whatever, with little sun. It's a JoJo's reference, okay? It's from the Requiem episode, the Soul Chariot episode. And it's appearing from the back, and you see how the light is piercing this side of his face from behind, but everything else over here, it remains dark. So when you're shading, you have to know how to lighten everything up, no pun intended. And especially our face isn't flat, it's round, it's 3D, you know? And you have to give even the same aspects when it comes to 2D art. Especially you see the nose is affected right here, a little bit over here is the lighting right here, and there's lighting way over here, there's the lighting right here. So it takes quite a bit to understand how where, and how is the lights coming from. My suggestion is, one, place where you want your light source to be. Get the visual on where you want it. Don't shade first and then think of where the lighting at begin with, and then you start racing everything. No. Start with the lighting. Do like a little ball. You don't have to do it over dramatic like I did, but you can start with a ball like this, or here, or here, from any angle as you want. And only thing it takes is a bit of imagination, and where's that light going, and how is it traveling, what's hitting it, and what part will have the most and least and no light whatsoever. And it takes a lot of practice, but practice makes perfect. I do have a tool that you guys can use besides your imagination. And you can go to the App Store on your phone or your iPad, and or any cellular device you have, or maybe your laptop or any other device, and you can look up the app and you can find these like models. And granted, they're not all going to be free, but some of the free aspects will help you along the way, and you don't need all the other complicated stuff. But you can always, but it has all the things you need to where you want your lighting to be and everything. And it makes it way more easier for y'all to understand where the light's coming from and what's hitting it, and you know exactly where to shade and not to shade. And it will be a complete game changer, you guys. Trust me, I recently got it, and this actually helped. It actually helped me right here for this, and it does a lot. It does wonders, guys. So for now, this is all I have for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the information I gave you. I hope you were able to learn something from this. If you guys have any suggestions, any ideas, or you want to add on to what I have and I can apply it in the next video, please let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and look at my other socials, follow there. And all I have to say is, guys, God bless. Have a nice day. Make sure you eat. Tell your loved ones you love them. And keep on enjoying art. Okay, guys? Bye!